Padma ma'am, please welcome.
Vanakkam, sir.
Vanakkam, ma'am. On behalf of Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, I welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Kindly wait, ma'am. Few minutes.
No problem. No issues at all. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good morning, ma'am. Hello. Good morning, ma'am. This is
Good morning, sir. Mayank ji, namaskar. Vanakkam.
Namaste, ma'am. I would like to receive the PPTs if you permit us, because of things are very important for the future reference also.
Yeah, so I will send it to the college. Is that okay?
No, I am attending here on self, behalf of myself only.
Yeah, I'm an external resource person. So I would not have access to your email IDs.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Sir,
So
we
how
will
I can
collect
get
all
this?
the PPTs
You
and
mail or this group.
Yeah, I think the college can organize it. The institution can organize it because I'm an external resource person.
Okay. So if you permit to our this webinar organizer.
Yeah. I think knowledge should be freely available. I don't think. Definitely, I'm happy to share whatever I'm presenting today. That's not issue at all.
From your end, if you are permit to share with this organizer,
sure.
So they can circulate to our.
Sure. I just have one problem. Today's presentation, I have some 70, 80 slides. I have to edit it and send it. I'm not using all of them. So,
Okay.
So I will just save it separately as a different file, remove all the slides that are not relevant, and then send it as a lighter file. So I'll just need a little bit of time after the workshop so that I can do that editing and send it.
No problem. Okay, thank you.
What is it, Valarmati ma'am? What is the composition of this group? Is this from across India?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's good.
I am from Maharashtra.
Oh, okay. Right. And what about the others? And what is the profile? What do you basically teach? What are your courses?
I belong to the industry. Actually, I have 21 years experience in industry, including the training and development. So teaching is the part of my job profile.
Oh, very good. I share the training and development experience with you.
Yes, my company having the training and development for the GETs, whomever is joined new, fresh. So we prepare them 1 to 2 years before permit to work on field.
Excellent.
Field or floor, machine floor.
Excellent. Yeah, even I am a learning and development person and a training and development person. I'm also an educationist and an academician. So I come from the education segment, teacher education, school education.
I am also looking for the change because of this much of experience is obviously useful to students and college and universities. So that I'm just trying to get this seminars and webinars to upgrade myself.
Good, sir. There's no end to knowledge, no? Improving, self-improvement, self-development, there is no end to it. So that's good. That's good.
During the training of GEPs.
Yes, I think Dr. Padmanabhan is wanting to say something, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Ma'am, shall we start, ma'am? Because
yes, I'm ready. I'm ready to start. I'm ready for whenever you tell me to start.
Yes,
Namaskar to all those who are in the chats as well. They're putting from different parts of the country.
Yes, we can start.
I can start.
Giving encouragement to others is a most welcome gift. For the results of it are lifted spirit, increased self-worth, and a hopeful future. It gives immense pleasure to extend you all very warm greetings on behalf of the MOC team and the Department of Commerce Business Process Service, Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore.
Colonel Lingesh, your voice is breaking. Colonel Lingesh, your voice is breaking, not audible.
So am I audible now, sir?
Yes, start.
Okay. Giving encouragement to others is the most welcome gift.
No, Colonel
For the
English.
results,
Your voice is breaking still. Lini?
Yes, sir.
Lini?
So, yes, sir.
So can you start now?
Yes, sir.
I think he has some network issues.
Technology is a
Yes, ma'am.
boon and a bane.
Shall I start, sir?
Yes. If you want, you can take another 1 minute of time to get things from Colonel English.
Okay, sir.
so now it's clear, sir.
Colonel English?
So now it's clear, sir.
Yeah, start.
Okay, sir. Sorry. Sir. Giving
No, Colonel
encouragement
English.
to others is
No,
the
Colonel
most
English.
welcome gift. For the results of it are lifted spirit, increased self-worth.
Colonel English, let Lini start the proceedings here. You have network issues, so Lini can start.
Giving encouragement to others is a most welcome gift, for the results of it are lifted spirits, increased self-worth, and a hopeful future. It gives immense pleasure to extend to you all very warm greetings on behalf of the MOC team and the Department of Commerce Business Process Service, Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore, who has clubbed all of us on this last day of the Faculty Development Program, Experiential Teaching, Corporate Cognizance on Experimental Learning, in association with Tata Consultancy Services, Chennai.
Prayer is a means of sustaining a faith that at times can grow weak. The power of prayer is enriching and uplifting to hear our God speak. Now I request the technical team for the prayer song.
Thank you, technical team, for instilling the power of prayer in us. A lamp does not speak, it introduces itself through its light. Similarly, achievers never expose themselves, but their achievements expose them. I request the technical team to light the lamp.
technical team for illuminating the lamp of brightness. The soul should always stand ajar, ready to welcome the ecstatic experience. Now I call upon Dr. Mr. J. Deepak Kumar Sir, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore, to preside over the gathering.
Good morning to one and all present here. It is a glad morning. We bring to you this morning filled with desire, hope, and dreams we all share. It is my honor and privilege in welcoming you all for the 5th and final day of our faculty development program on experimental teaching, corporate cognizance. Good things come to people who wait, but better things come to those who get out and get them. I would like to welcome one such person, our distinguished chief guest, Ms. J. Padma, Senior Academic Consultant, Mahatma Gandhi National Council for Rural Education, Hyderabad. Ma'am is a management professional in the educational sector for the last 3 decades. With experience ranging from teaching, training to business operations, creating new business models, including customized learning solutions in K-10 schools, technology and multimedia education, training for trainers, technical and higher education, adult education, and skill development. We are pleased to have you here, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. Next, I would like to welcome our beloved Dr. B.L. Shivakumar sir, Principal and Secretary, Dr. Deena ma'am, Vice Principal, who has always encouraged and motivated us in achieving more. Welcome, sir. Welcome, ma'am. Try not to become a person of success, but rather try to become a person of value. Next, I would like to welcome one such person who has molded the students with his vast knowledge and experience for the past 3 decades. It is none other than our beloved Dr. J. Shanmugananda Vadivel sir, Dean, Student Affairs, Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science. Welcome, sir. If your action inspire others to dream more, to learn more, and to do more, you are a leader. With this, I would like to welcome one such leader, Dr. V. Padmanabhan, Associate Professor and Head, Department of BCom BPS, Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, who is a pillar of support standing behind all the laurels achieved by our department. Welcome, sir. It wouldn't be fair if we fail to welcome faculty members from various institutions around the globe, faculty members of our own institution, research scholars, and industrial experts who have joined today's session and all the other sessions for the past 4 days, who made this event a grand success. Once again, I would like to welcome one and all present here for this gracious section. Welcome you all.
Thank you, sir. It was really a delightful welcome. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. Now, I call upon Dr. J. Shanmugananda Vadivel sir, Dean Student Affairs, Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore, to deliver the valedictory address.
Ilakumi, sorry for the forum. Sir will deliver the valedictory address at the end of the session. So, shall I request our chief guest to proceed over the function?
Thank you so much, Padmanabhan ji, Lily, and Deepak Kumar ji. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Loud and clear, right?
Clear.
Okay. And English is the preferred mode of delivery. That's fine.
Fine, ma'am.
Yeah, I hope everybody is comfortable with English because I believe there are global participants as well over here.
Yes,
so, namaskar and welcome to this session. I thank the management of Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, and specifically Valarmati ma'am, for reaching out to me and inviting me to this very, very prestigious forum of the faculty development program on experimental learning. I was a little skeptical, not skeptical, I was a little doubtful about how I can add value to this forum, to this gathering. But now, after listening to Padmanabhan ji and Deepak ji, I think I'm very happy to share my experiences. Yeah, it's nice to see cameras on. Muralidharan ji, thank you for turning your camera on. It's nice to see faces. And Anita, thank you for your camera as well. So yeah, I'm glad my experience brings me here. And I hope to share a lot of insights and the work I have done with a corporate and a lot of this BPO work as well. I've also been instrumental in skill development of the rural youth under the government programs of the skill development initiatives. I was also a part of the NSDC when it started off in 2008, National Skill Development Corporation, when it was very new and it was being set up. So there was some role that I played along with the organization that I was working in. So I hope to bring all that together and also share a few suggestions maybe on how any faculty handling any discipline can bring in the experiential learning context into their teaching learning framework, and also get out of the textbook, so-called, textbook, I must finish this chapter, I must finish that chapter, or the syllabus. How can we make the students more employable? How can we make the students more skillful and more productive right from day one as faculty members? So that is what is in my head right now before I start what I'm going to share, to give you a little bit more of my background and to understand, so that everybody understands where I am coming from. I have been a school teacher basically. So for 10 years I have taught in schools, but then I graduated, I moved to a large training organization, and that's how I was involved in training and development. So I was looking after the training of Infosys graduates, the ones who just joined into Infosys, the freshers, how they were being given their orientation for the first 1 month. And it was amazing. Initially, the first year, they were all from metros. The students who used to join were from metros. Then slowly we realized that the profile of students was from tier 2 cities, smaller cities. And then third year, when we were training them, we realized that they were all from unknown places. We've never heard of those places. So in the introductory session, we would ask them. So that's how it has spread. The recruitment has spread from the main cities, the metros, to the hinterland of various states. So and definitely the training for those students was a little bit more intense and more rigorous because their exposure was not as much as the exposure of the students who were in the metro cities. So those were my own findings, my own insights as I was doing the training and development for Infosys. Then we did a little bit for Oracle. And I was also involved in programs where we used to mobilize the rural youth, get them into this government program of skill training for retail, services, banking, all that we used to mobilize and train in this organization, large training organization that I was with. I worked with them for 12 years over there. So the major part of my work experience has been this. I'm also a hotel management graduate. So there is a little bit of hotel management experience also that I have. In fact, I worked with the Taj Coromandel in Chennai. So for a couple of years. So that Yeah, I'll come to that, sir. What is the difference between professional learning and experimental learning? In fact, I'm not very happy with the term experimental learning. I'll come to that. So yes, that is what I bring today. And the last 4 years, I have been with a consultant with Mahatma Gandhi National Council of Rural Education, which is a council under the Department of Higher Education, promoting experiential learning in the colleges through various programs and platforms that we are working on. So keeping with all that background, and without taking any more time on explaining myself, I shall start. I have a few slides. I'll definitely not keep it boring. I'll not to make it monotonous and boring. I shall just quickly. I'm using them as pointers for my for what I have to share, so that I don't miss any point in my presentation. What is in my head? So I suppose you're all able to see my screen. Yeah, you can use the chat box for yes/no answers. Please use the chat box for yes/no answers. I know you're faculty. I know you're not students, young students, but still the interactivity helps. And I have a mobile phone, so I can see the chats. Though my screen has my presentation, I'm referring to the mobile phone. Yeah, thank you so much. That helps. So we are getting close to the 75th Independence Day, and there is no better time to think of Gandhiji for experiential learning. In fact, he was the main proponent of experiential learning and skill-based learning and vocational education. He was so much. We missed the bus. I feel really bad. So I would always love to start with this quote where he says that by education, I mean an all-round drawing of the best in child and man in body, mind, and spirit. There is so much of a takeaway from that saying. When he says education, he says all-round drawing of the best. So it's not textbook learning. It's not completing your curriculum. It's not covering your syllabus. In fact, uncovering the syllabus is a better word. It is about drawing the best in child and man. So what I take away from this is that it's not that you get a degree, you get a 10th class certificate, you get a 12th class certificate, you get a degree, or you get a PG, or you get a PhD. But it is about how you continue to learn and learn every day, every minute in child and man. So it's not about just the 10th class, 12th class degree or the graduation or the post-grad degree. It's also man. So continuous learning, lifelong learning, professional development in body, mind, and spirit. Most important. It's not something that you rote learn, vomit, answer, or just write without understanding and submit, and then you've got a degree. It is body, mind, and spirit is using your hands, heart, and head. Any learning where the hand or the skill is developed, the emotions are impacted, your attitudes change, or your values are used, and ultimately there is cognitive learning. So that is how I would relate to Gandhiji and experiential learning. He was a proponent of experiential learning, and I'm going to take you through that a little bit. So when I hear the term experimental learning, it is mostly a lab-based. It is an experiment that you're trying out, and you come out with your results, your findings, your conclusions, your observations, and it is related for that moment, for that. So what in my head, experiential learning is learning that the student experiences from the world of work and linked to your curriculum. So how do we how do we do that? And it can be anything from day-to-day adult work, which develops skills like problem solving, decision making, creative thinking, critical thinking, communication skills, interpersonal skills, teamwork, leadership. All these skills it will develop. So how do we put that into our day-to-day teaching and learning, or into our academic programs, so that there is these skills are built and the student is interested there is a lot of link to the curriculum as well in whatever activities that are being done. So yes, we must experiment with traditional teaching methods, and new teaching methods should be incorporated. Technology is also important by bringing in technology, but no overdose of technology. Sadly, we have an overdose of technology. So, and with this COVID and Zoom, there's a lot of overdose. So be the change you want to see in the world. And how do we do that? Okay. I love presenting these flowers in a workshop because there is a reason for that. These are flowers that I grow in my second floor balcony. I stay in a second floor, and they are very happy part of my life. So why I like showing them is because they are grown with home compost that I make and water that I recycle. So when I talk of home compost, it's again waste management. And when I talk of water being recycled from my kitchen, definitely water management, water conservation. These are important life skills for children. These are important. Screen is not visible. I can see in my screen.
Ma'am, it is visible, ma'am.
Yeah, just go to my name and see there'll be one PPT. If you just go to participants and you'll see Padma, there'll be probably 3 Padmas. One of them will say presentation. So just click on that, then pin the presentation. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so I've been doing this for the last 5-6 years. When Swachh Bharat mission started in 2014, when Narendra Modi ji started the Swachh Bharat mission, I said, what is it that I can do for my country? So I said, okay, let me keep my waste at home. My biodegradable waste, let me keep it at home, and let me be serious about my dry waste, wet waste segregation. So I started segregating my waste. So I have a lot of kitchen peels and my fruit peels, and I have my puja room flowers. They go into these bins where I keep layering them with mud, this red mud that I have on this right side. No textbook has taught me this. No, I have not looked at any videos as well. No Google. I've not even referred Google. I just said, let me start this on my own. And these bins keep getting full alternately. One gets full, the other starts filling. And I leave it for about 40-50 days. They become compost. And the compost, again, I use in my plants. There is so much compost that I can sell it. I can also maybe work with my neighborhood and become, look at community engagement as well. So what I'm trying to say, and water management, these are the things that we must inculcate in our students. This is the need of the hour for the nation. And what is it that I can do with this as a part of my curriculum? How can I build such skills where this is self-development, self-management, and I have learned so much. I have learned that there are some worms that come in and decompose the biodegradable waste, and they go away. They come for about 20 days, 25 days, and they go away. And after that, they're not there, and there's no smell. There's no smell. There is no and every bit of my kitchen waste is getting used, which I'm keeping at least 100 kilos of waste in my house per year. This is my own experiential learning. So what it is, it just takes 40 days to change a habit, and you have a lot of experiential learning. In this particular example, I myself have had an experiential learning, and though I'm out of college, I still have learned so much. And there is some vocational education happening, which is the need of the hour, which is also in our national education policy. And vocational education has become an important part. And definitely it can lead to entrepreneurship through use of certain tools that are there, which we use for anything. So in this, I cannot preach something that I'm not doing. If I do not practice experiential learning in my own life, I cannot be sitting here and talking of experiential learning. And as an educator, as a faculty, I have always refrained. Even today, I'm not very happy with a lecture. But when it is a short time and you need to communicate a lot of information, a lecture is a preferred methodology, which I'm okay with. But otherwise, if I'm given a chance, even online, we can make it very, very interactive. So we look at both what Gandhiji said as an experiential learning and what Cole said as an experiential learning. So if you look at Gandhiji, his system of education was called as Nai Talim. And he propounded this for us in 1937. After his stay in Tolstoy Farm and Phoenix Farm, where there were no separate schools for the Indian children. So the Indian community had to look after the students and take care of the students' educational needs. So in 1937, he propounded the education philosophy for our country and the way how education should go forward. So at that time, there was a need for a social revolution, and India was literally needing food. And so what he did was, we are all aware, Khadi, Harijan, and he was focused on getting rid of that untouchability. I'll just take a call. It's an urgent call. Ma'am, can I call you back? So he was very, very focused about that. He was very focused about Khadi, that self-sufficiency, and village. He wanted the villages to be self-sufficient. So we missed the bus. On all three counts, we have missed the bus. So also his idea was self-discipline, love and service. He wanted a society and dignity of labor. Every job was respected. Working with the hands was not going to be demeaning. So he wanted all that kind of a society, and he thought of an education system where children would love their studies and they would learn by doing. And so he gave this for the school system up to 10. And how was he inspired? He also himself has contributed. He's not sitting in some ivory towers and preaching this to us. He's not sitting in some ivory towers. He has himself led so many satyagrahas, so many. If you can see, before 1937, when he preached this, how many things he has done by himself. He has done the Champaran Satyagraha, non-cooperation movement, Khadi movement, salt satyagraha, civil disobedience movement, all for the sake of independence. He has been a part of it. He was not sitting somewhere in a comfort zone and telling people to do. He himself was a part of it. He himself was a part of the experience. And everything that he has told us for that education philosophy, he said that he is out of his own experience. So we also had this Orissa famine in the early 30s, where it had devastated that whole area, and people had no food to eat. There were no jobs. So when he saw that, he said, it's not easy for if we can give them support, we can give them it doesn't restore their self-esteem. If we can give them money, we can help them, but we must give them work. If we give them work and help them earn their own income, then they will research, rehabilitate themselves, and they will feel better. So, but work should be simple and readily available, and very little training is needed. So, and no large investment. Definitely after a famine, there won't be money. So, hand spinning was something that fulfilled the needs of such a calamity. And we needed Khadi. That Khadi movement was on. So don't let them not be idle. They should become self-sufficient, and that's how the Khadi revolution began. So it also started the experiential learning thought process in Gandhiji. That at a young age, we must get our students to be skillful, learn something which will be useful for them lifelong, and it will also be a source of income for them, a source of self-employment, a source of self-reliance. So in the schools, he said crafts should be done, and crafts should become an essential part of the curriculum. And three things he actually was very, very clear about: food, clothing, and shelter. The three basic needs, he was very clear. He said the students must know how to grow their own food. They must know how to cook their own food. They must know how to spin their cloth. and they must be able to do some construction repairs, some constructions, so that when they are 14, 15 years, they are still able to lead a life and earn their living. Whether they go for higher studies, whether they go for any other skill development, any other course, they should be, by the time they are 14, 15, as soon as they finish school, they should be able to. So the curriculum he suggested was not English, Math, Science, Social, which is what our curriculum is right now. It's not subject related. He suggested skill related, and our subjects get integrated. So I still feel that still works for us, but there's a lot of basic change that needs to happen, which is slowly happening in the new educational policy. He also advocated manual work, and he said it's not something that it is of a lower caste. Manual work is not to be looked down upon. He himself used to clean toilets. He himself used to clean the campus wherever he was. He encouraged students, and the teacher would be a learner along with the students. That's what he always felt. He said that in an experiential learning situation, it's not that the teacher is a fountainhead of the knowledge or the faculty is a fountainhead of the knowledge. They are also learning along with the students. They also do everything along with their students. And so only when there is enough work and work is integrated with education, it will inspire confidence and strength. And he said work and education are not separate. So that was very, very clear. Students must work, and every part of that work must be integrated to the curriculum. So the learning is experiential. That's what I'm trying to get at. It's not that you pick a concept from the textbook and you do, or from the curriculum, and then you try and find an activity. That would be an experimental learning. But here you have some activities where we'll come to it also. What are the business processing? We'll link that as well. So he, as I said, he himself did scavenging. He himself spun cloth. He had, that Harijan thing. That untouchability he got rid of, and wherever he set up his own farms, the Tolstoy farm, the Phoenix farm, there was a cooperation, teamwork, and living together. And also, he encouraged a lot of learning by doing on the farm. So in those days, schools and educational institutions did not have money, and British government never gave them money. So this was another solution. You grow, you do art and craft, you sell that, and there is some income for the schools. So now also, what are the other aspects of experiential learning? Sanitation and cleanliness. Then what about the community engagement experiences? Right now, COVID time, there is so much of opportunity for a lifetime experience of volunteerism. So the food we eat was also an important aspect that he said. The games we play, our festivals, our recreation, so many things in the neighborhood, in our community. What is the community need? What is our immediate community need? Can we find something that we can link to our course and provide an experiential learning for our students? So I need some ideas from all of you here, for your particular course, and for the business process services. What can we do? So any machine that they can learn, and over here I think a lot of analytics that will be there. So in those days, when he went to a regular school, he found there was a noisy class of 30 to 40 students, and the teacher had one stick, the typical school, and they were shouting at the students, trying to maintain order, and there was passive learning. Whereas in an experiential learning school, which was what there were very few experiential learning schools. So there, everybody was busy. They were doing some work, quiet, and there was no fear, and there was a lot of positive purpose. There was positivity in the school. So, this is also international pedagogy. But at that time, who knew international pedagogy? So he was very, very clear that in experiential learning, work and activities were the vital tools for development of students. So again, I'm repeating and reiterating, work and education are never considered separate. But here we have that Britishers broke that. They knew this was a very strong philosophy, and they did not want work and education to be going together, because that would make us a strong country. So their education system was that rote learning and do as I say. You're all clerks, you are subordinate, please do as I say. So that rote learning came in through the British education, and we are still following that. So the other thing was that individual responsibility was given in that education, and shared daily work. So that was also another skill and attitude that was being built up. Then there was an easy relationship between the student and the teacher, and discipline was by consensus. Discipline was built in by consensus, and students took pride in their work and grew in self-confidence. So this was the base of Gandhiji's experiential learning. So now, how does experiential learning? I'll come to the examples. Please do not think I'm giving you a theory dose. I have a couple of examples, and I'll stop there for a discussion. So definitely experiential learning builds, and you would have observed it with your students who do the summer internships and come back. When they say, yes, we learned this and we learned that, we enjoyed this, or one or two negative points also come out. So they're experiencing the work as it is, the world of work as it is. They know what are the ups and downs of the work, and they start getting ready. So the internship is the first step for getting ready for the world of work. Then in experiential learning, there's also constant activity, physical and mental activity, and a lot of training in social science and good habits, cooperative effort, and Gandhiji envisioned healthy and strong and healthy nation. We have better skill sets when we use experiential learning, and training for citizenship. Definitely, you look at a COVID-19 example right now. I would say that if students volunteer just sitting at home and provide psychological and emotional support to their friends, neighborhood, community, relatives, just by picking up the phone and finding out how are you feeling all right, that itself is a huge service. Because right now the need of the hour is mental health. Everyone's mental health is going for a toss. We may have overcome the second wave, we have overcome the first wave, and we're gearing up for the third wave. But this psychological support, psychosocial support as they call it, is going to stay for some time. So we really need to see if that can become an experiential learning for our students. Can they help out? So that could be one. In an experiential learning situation, because there is an interesting activity that the child is engaged in or the student is engaged in, it is their natural interest that we're taking care of. Nobody wants to sit in a classroom and listen to boring lectures. Then anything that allows students to express themselves is good. And a project, any technology related project or creation of an app or any analytical work, that business processes, services, is also a self-expression, because you are bringing out your own findings from there. Then practice and knowledge should go hand in hand, and wherever required, the information should come just in time. You don't have to give them the knowledge prior hand. No learning you need to give any prior hand, unless it's a theory that they need to know before they come into the class, which they can read, and college students can definitely read and come. Then keep engaged with music, dance and drama as well, and clubs also promote. And surely a lot of the NSS activities and NCC activities and other activities that you're all engaged in, they also take place. And anything that produces writing, poetry, all that is also a good technique of experiential learning. Conducting exhibitions, give it to the students, let them do. That is also a world of work. Event management is a world of work. And they should plan, they should implement, and we are only guides on the sides. The faculty is only a guide on the sides. Social service, as I just spoke about, COVID volunteerism is a very important aspect right now. Vaccinating, getting everybody vaccinated is a huge social service. Experiential learning, they will learn so much about how in a pandemic, how can you mobilize the community? What are the blocks? What are the various blocks that people have about vaccination? So let the faculty take the initiative, link to the curriculum, and make sure that the learning is also contributing to to their course curriculum and their skill development. I do believe that festivals are also a great learning opportunity across levels. So celebration of festivals, celebration of different harvest festivals. Through harvest festivals, we learn Thanksgiving, we learn gratitude. National festivals, there's a lot of integration, the citizenship skills that come out, the brotherhood, the national integration, the pride, love for the nation. Then there is a lot of, in a birthdays, Guru Nanak birthday or Rabindranath Tagore birthday or Nehru birthday, Gandhiji birthday. So much you learn about that personality. And literary festivals, anything to do with literature idols. You learn about literary appreciation, and they're very, very inspirational. So when we look at Gandhian philosophy, he was very clear. Gandhiji was very clear that you start with the hand, which impacts. So you start with cooking or you start with cleaning. It impacts your heart. And then you pick up the necessary knowledge. The facilitator or the teacher must link it to the requisite cognitive learning that has to take place. So he was very clear, start with the hand, move to the heart, and then the head will automatically happen. And that kind of a learning, right now we are in the head. Our education system is, just let's give us knowledge, let's give us as much knowledge as possible to the students. Let them, little bit of hand learning is there and heart learning is the minimal. Whereas it was the reverse in Gandhian philosophy, that you start with the hands and the heart was important. The emotions, attitudes, values were important. And then the knowledge will come. Knowledge is not a problem. And so what is it that we need to do in the 21st century? Let's look at the vocational activities that we can have our students engaged in. What are the vocational activities we can integrate? What activity-based learning can we have? As many activities that we can, project-based learning, then community service-based learning. What are the community problems that we can, find solutions to with our course curriculum? So what business process services can I create for the community that will make their life easier? So outreach, community outreach, constructivism. There's no need for us to take the students to each and every chapter. We can ask the students to come up with the questions that they have not understand, and we can have a discussion in the classroom. And flipped classroom. So flipped classroom is basically the concept of giving them the material, read it up and come to the class. And we will look at what are the key aspects of skill development and other areas. Knowledge is there. You have not understood a theory. We'll discuss it and we'll come up with the various aspects. We can have a healthy discussion in the classroom. So discussions in the classroom also build skill of communication, listening, very, very important, other than, of course, the knowledge. So any productive work, work education, experiential learning, they're all synonymous. So it's of immediate use and it's linked to the curriculum. It is done democratically. It is important local life and livelihood issues. So when I keep saying this local life and community related, can we look at what are the community problems and link it to our curriculum? How can our students help out and we link it to our curriculum? Is done in this. Here we are using school. I'm sorry, this is a school level picture, but we can please substitute school with institution. And it's also looks at the eco-sensitive aspect. Very, very important. It's fun to do, link to the community and link to the local self-government. So we can even link to the district administration. We can link to the panchayats in the village, find out how they can support, how we can take their support on what are the aspects that need to be, that they can take our help in. So these kind of projects, at least one a term, one a semester, two of them in a semester that link to our curriculum can be a very good way of experiential learning. So this is the Gandhian aspect. Cole was another educator or an educational psychologist who said that there were 4 aspects to experiential learning. And this is very relevant. He says that there are 4, and you can start anywhere. It's not that you have to start with a concrete experience and then go to reflective observation. So what are these? Let's look at the four of them. So he says there is one aspect called concrete experience. So try it out, see what happens. Try out something. So if I look at, supposing I look at helping, I want to do all the senior citizens in my, in 100 houses. I'll do a survey. I'll find out who are all the senior citizens in my neighborhood. I want at least, I'll do 100, and all the senior citizens, I want to get them all vaccinated. I want to ensure that they're all vaccinated. That's what I want to do. So I can start from anywhere, right? I can just start going to the houses. I can start going to the houses, or I can call them up. I can find out their numbers. I can call them up and get a list of how many are not vaccinated. Then, so that is what I've got the list. Then I make a plan on how I can get them to. Do I have to register them on COVID? Do I have to take them? How many of them need help going to the center and coming back? How many of them can manage on their own? So I do all that. I get them registered. I get them. So I'm doing the activity. I'm trying the whole, and those who need help, I make the help. Either I get them cabs, or if I can't go personally, I'll ask a friend to go and help them out. I figure out the ways. So this is the world of social engagement, community engagement. And I'm doing it concretely. I'm doing it. Then I reflect. What did I do right? What can I improve? How can I make this easier the next time down? So next time I do another 100 houses, how do I make it easier for myself? Now that I have some learning, then I connect that idea to existing knowledge. I know which cabs come faster to help them out. I know I know who are my friends who can help me register these people on COVID. So that abstract and then again I try it out. I try now and increase my team. Or I can start from active experimentation. I can start with 4 people and see what are the pitfalls. So that also can be done, right? So I can, my hypothesis is that I'm going to start with 4 people. Is that better, or just by myself if I work, it's better? So I start with that, and then I go through. So once I do that hypothesis, I go through the concrete experience. I have to implement it. Then find out what was good and what went wrong, and then come back to the conceptualization. Was it good, or is it better to do it alone? So I can start anywhere, and I can continue the whole cycle. So if another example would be, if you're learning cycling. Cycling is, you have to do it. You can't be reading books or watching videos. So this cold experience cycle is very good for all those skill development, really, where you have to actually get into and do the activity rather than just watch videos or from the textbooks. So 21st century skills, so many of them are there. And it's our responsibility to build these 21st century skills in our students. Most important being, and in business process services for the particular course, critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, communication, information literacy, media literacy, technology literacy. That all these are important. Leadership, initiative, productivity, social skills. They're all needed for any student in any course. So these skills we build. And I was going through, yesterday I was just researching what kind of innovations are youngsters doing. And I found amazing innovations. I found amazing technology innovations. So there is a low-cost grass and leaf cutting machine that has been developed. And these are all 11th, 12th, 17, 18-year-olds, just before undergrad courses. Portable latch for restrooms. Such a wonderful innovation this is. You're traveling on a bus and you need to get off somewhere at a washroom where there is no latch. And for women, it's really difficult. So something like this, such a wonderful innovation. Solar pulse thresher. So this works on solar power. So imagine in villages there is no power, and when you have to do it manually, it's very difficult. So you have solar threshers, such a wonderful innovation. Then machine to pluck tendu leaves. So this machine is there to pluck the tendu leaves, makes the work easier. Somebody has invented a seed container that indicates growth of germs. So there's some temperature here, some temperature thermometer. which tells the temperature and whether, at a particular temperature, the growth of organisms happens. So this girl has come up with this. A spectacle microscope. So microscope you can wear as a spectacle. You can wear it as a spectacle. So these are various technology innovations 17, 18-year-olds have done, and there are 31, there's so many more on that website, 31 amazing innovations from young Indians. So such innovations keeps them engaged. They are clearly experiential learning activities where they would have learned so much of their curriculum. So much of their curriculum they would have integrated. So in our higher education, we can look at app development. We can look at any government departments. Recently, I had been to a government program, UNICEF government program, where the government water department had come and made a presentation. So they were telling us that we have enough number of projects for students. We need the student student force to help us come up with a lot of data analysis. So I've already spoken about reaching out to the community and looking at what is it that they need support with, and how from our curriculum, what our students can do as an experiential learning project with the community. Similarly, reach out to the government departments, water department for one, renewable resources. So many of them are there. So many of them are there. They need us, our student, the demographic dividend that we have in our institutions. They need that. And as faculty, what is it that we can get our students that individually, if you can all think of, and get them to link the curricular aspects, we can help them to go through experiential learning in the curriculum itself, in the curriculum phase. And there is no better skill development than that. So I would suggest 3 steps: internship, apprenticeship, entrepreneurship. Internship, of course, is a formal part of our curriculum. They need to go through the summer internship and end of the course internship. But in inter alia, in between all this, if we can have these community projects, government department projects, our own college, what is it that we need? What are the aspects that we can contribute to? If that can be done, I'm not able to give top of the hat, but I would love to hear from you all. Then apprenticeship, can some immediately after the college, can there be some apprenticeship, or during the college itself, like you just work under somebody and pick up the skill? And later on, at least for some time, a few years later or immediately, they can become entrepreneurs. Nothing like that. That's what the country needs. So if we can keep these 3 terms in our mind and help our students, on that path, I think it will be really great. A lot of opportunities. You have environment protection, skill development, water management, waste management, energy management, volunteerism, sanitation, health and hygiene. All these areas have opportunities for experiential learning in the 21st century and can be easily linked to our curriculum. You can choose any area. Agro-based products, so important. We need to revitalize our agriculture. And I don't know if you have heard of this professor in NITI, Bombay. He's known as Mandi Prasad. He has such a different way of teaching his students. He just sends them off. The NITI is in Bombay. He said, and he's doing MBA. He teaches MBA marketing. He just sends them off to like the roadside sellers we have at the signals. He just says you have to go sell Gandhi books or sell toys or sell anything. Please go and do that first and then come to my class. So for a week or 10 days, these students are going on Bombay roads and selling these toys and all those, right now they're selling independence flags and all that. So they understand the difficulty. They understand the difficulty of marketing. They come back and they analyze all those experiences in the classroom. So it's not, that's another interesting way of, and he insists on earn, value, learn. Even I believe earn, value, learn, it's not child labor. It is a very good thing to start earning some money while you are learning through such experiential learning activities, work-related activities. So again, so many are there: nutrition education, health education, population education, culture and recreation, value development, media and mass communication, information technology, consumer education, and environment. So many are there. So I also looked at your website, the college website, and I saw what is the outcome of the course, the particular course, your business processing services. So it says apply knowledge of accountancy, management, and business process services. Design a system or a process to meet design needs within realistic constraints such as economic, environmental, social, political, ethical, health, and safety. Function, look at the rest are all 21st century skills. Function effectively within teams, apply knowledge gained in real life problem solving, understand professional ethical responsibilities and act accordingly, communicate effectively, written and oral, recognize the need for engaging in lifelong learning, gain knowledge on contemporary issues, acquire entrepreneurial attributes to start and manage their own innovative business successfully. So these are all 21st century, and these are course-related outcomes. Easily done through engaging with the community on projects that they need, through engaging in college, what the projects that college needs, what are the problems in the college, how can we solve them, and through 3 aspects I'm showing. There can be 100 more aspects, and the government departments, working with the government departments, working with the local governments. So let's look at today's education being 4H, 5H, I would say. Let's take care of health also, and let's make it holistic. The 5th H would be holistic learning through experiential learning projects. And definitely the skill is important, impacting the values and attitudes of the students, the heart, and the knowledge will automatically be reinforced much better through such activities. So if you sum up, definitely new education policies in our country are also leading to an inculcation of the 21st century skills. And starting from the school level, there is a lot of vocational focus. Then activity-based methodology, project-based methodology are all important experiential learning methods. Language also is important. You know, we are so focused on English and obsessed with English. I think we should get out with it. That's why I asked whether English is a preferred mode, or do you want me some other language that I can speak. Language is important. English where needed only. Otherwise, local language is good. Students understand their language better than English. Technology, let's use as much as possible. Let's not overuse it, and let it not become, let's not get tired of technology. And a lot of Swachhata projects, water, energy conservation projects, food production, cooking, health and sanitation, tools, link it to the academics, link the needs of the government departments, the community. And if our curriculum can meet the requirements of the present day world challenges to solve global and local problems, both. Local problems should impact, they're separate. Global and local problems are separate. They could be the same. So if we look at the climate change as a global problem, what is it, the small things that we can do so that our environment is good, there is no pollution, because pollution also leads to a global problem of climate change. So locally, how can we control our pollution to impact the global problem of climate change? So this is what was the thought when I put it up. I referred to these books, especially the Gandhian part of it. And again, I would say, an all-round drawing of the best in child, in man, in body, mind, and spirit. This thought has impacted me a lot. And I wish you all a happy 75th Independence Day in advance. And let's hope, let's bring the change that we want to see in the world, especially as educators in our curriculum. So thank you for your attention, and I will take queries. Is somebody moderating the queries?
Yes, ma'am. Participants,
Yeah,
if
there
you
were
have any
some
doubts,
questions earlier. Let me just see if I can find them. Any thoughts? I would like to hear from you. What are the thoughts for engaging with the community, engaging with the government departments on projects that are related to your curriculum? Any ideas? That would provide the experiential aspect to the curriculum. Please speak up. Experimental, Nasir Drarini. I think experimental learning is simply just experiments that we do, whereas professional learning is the specific skill requirement that is needed for a job or for our own business setup that we are having. So what are the skill sets that we need? What are the training that we need to the job? Job specific is professional. There could be experiments happening in that. Experimental learning can be a part of professional learning. That's my personal take on that. Again, experimental learning, teaching, it is the quality of comprehensiveness for learners or teachers or both? Not understood this question. Today's discussion was on experiential learning. Right, Valarmati ma'am?
yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and
Yes, ma'am.
Dr. Poonam, thank you. Gandhian philosophy.
Yes, participants, if you have any questions to ask, you can unmute yourself and ask.
There's a lot of scope in rural management, rural areas. If you can look at, I'm sure all of you have adoption of 5 villages.
Ma'am, another question has been asked from Vignesh Gopal, sir.
Yeah. 1 second. I'm just coming. One more minute. The Nasser has one more question. Do you think NEP 2020 will be able to integrate all types of skills and deep knowledge from experiential learning methods? Yes, I know for sure that school education has started. The school education segment, they have started working on how to integrate pre-vocational education skills, how to integrate vocational skills from 9 to 12, so that students are more aware of. And and you go to the CBSE website, CBSE academic website, you will find circulars for colleges, schools to do. So slowly that will go up now. It will take probably come even for the higher education. And I'm associated with Mahatma Gandhi National Council of Rural Education. We are doing a lot of experiential learning work in Swachhata, rural management, and in the education space. We're getting students to do a lot of work. Yes, it has to become an important part of the curriculum only when each and every faculty member owns experiential learning as an essential methodology of teaching and learning. Then Vignesh Gopal, data analyst within the usage of statistical packages can be a part of experimental learning, both experimental and experiential, both. From the experiences of that work, what is the curriculum that I can integrate? What part of my curriculum am I learning? What concepts am I learning? What skills am I learning? How does it prepare me to be a better professional? Yeah, along with the learning. Yes, Valarmati ma'am, you can ask now. I finished going through the chat. And Shail Kumari Gupta has raised a hand. Thank you, Karthik ji. Thank you. Shail Kumari, would you like to raise your... Shail Kumari Gupta, ma'am? Shail Kumari Gupta, ma'am? would you like to share your...
No, madam, by mistake. It happened by mistake.
No, that's okay. You can say something. Yeah. Share your feedback at least.
No. It happened by mistake. Sorry.
Anybody else?
Ma'am, may I ask one question?
Yes, Manojji, please ask.
Yeah. Ma'am, related to experiential learning, especially when you talk about the, since I'm from engineering background, I'm asking this question.
Yeah.
Related to skill-based courses conduction, will there be any constant need of skill updation from faculty side by going through different internships constantly in specific domains, and how the institutes should allow for the faculty to reach to the industry, and vice versa, industry should allow the faculty to do the internships in their for the better course conduction related to skill-based courses. So what are your views on this?
See, my view is definitely that faculty needs to have constant upgradation in skills and knowledge, because the world is changing so fast. We are preparing our students for jobs. We don't know what jobs are going to exist, right? So even every 5 years, there's a change in kind of jobs. If you see some jobs are so redundant now, there is 20 years ago, some jobs that are there are not there anymore. So even today, we're training our students for jobs that we are not sure what jobs are going to be existing. So I am a full believer in faculty upgradation, faculty training. I believe if I were Prime Minister or if I was Education Minister, I'd probably give 1 month off every 2 years, or I think even now you have that thing. You can take off and learn, go for a course and come back. So faculty upgradation, but I think it's more awareness of what are the new things that are coming our way. Where are we heading? I am a firm believer, what are our community needs? What are our rural needs? How can we help our rural population, rural residents to get the benefits? There are many examples that I've heard of universities in the north where they have made women's lives easier. That cow dung, women still make these cow dung cakes, and in North India there is one area in Haryana which the girl did not want to marry in a house where she had to make cow dung cakes, and they expressed this. The institution was very close to that village. I mean, they work a lot in that village, and so these women had the trust to tell the head of the institution, saying, "Madam, humko kuch do. You give us something where we don't have to go and make these cow dung cakes into the houses we get married." So the girls, the institution worked on a machine, and they came up with a low-cost machine which could be made and reproduced, and they gave it to these women in the village, and the women felt so empowered. Is it some hi-fi innovation? No. It is something that the students thought of with guidance from their faculty and with input from the village community as well. It was not that the village community was not involved. So their ideas also. So together as a collaboration, they came up with this solution, and I can pass on that example also to you. It is a live example. It's available as a innovation. So these things, how do we help the community come out of their problems? So I would like to definitely, I'm not a business process services person, but I would definitely like to hear some ideas as a takeaway for myself from this gathering. I would like to hear from all of you. What is it that is an example for business process services? Somebody from the faculty can probably speak. Ramakrishna College.
Yes, madam. Business process services is a concept of outsourcing the non-core activities of the business. So we get the opportunities, employment opportunities over here. Our people are trained by the companies like TCS, Infosys, Wipro, by software companies, and they are getting work from the foreign clients, because the foreign countries and their businesses are outsourcing their non-core activities to the other companies because of the shortage of manpower.
That I have understood. What I am asking Dr. Padmanabhan is, what can we make our students do in this course that gives them experiential learning? What kind of activities?
Yes, actually here TCS, we have integrated this course with TCS.
That also
so
I know.
they are training our students as well as our faculty, and they used to come here and they will interact with the students, and they will train the students on how you have to behave in the corporate world and what is actually corporate, and the entire thing they will train on.
So there is a lot of practical component in your course. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Practically, our students are trained by TCS people.
And they're also assessed for that.
Yeah, they are also assessing the students as well as the faculty.
For that. All that is also credit. There are credits for that. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
My suggestion would be, can you look at some community engagement aspect where some solutions can be found for the community, local community, maybe one village or something like that. Let the students go explore, see what their learning is can find solutions. How can you find solutions?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Of course. Usually we do kind of social activities, and through NSS of our college NSS wing. Also, from our department side, our students will visit the orphanages and other background areas of our community, and we used to do some social initiatives there. So this is all happening in our department, in our college also.
Good.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, thank you for your suggestion, ma'am. Thank you for your suggestions. Definitely, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, community engagement, rural engagement, volunteerism, and any practical activity that can reinforce the dry theoretical concepts and help us innovate as students itself. Help the students innovate. I think that.
Agreed.
That would be my definition of experiential learning today in this session.
I agree your words, ma'am. So we are taking initiatives, and we would like to give maximum kind of experiential learning to the students in the form of social engagement, as you said, community development, all those things. Still, we will improve further in this area. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
So
if more questions, we can call MOC for further proceedings.
I hope I didn't exceed my time.
MOC team, you can take over this session now.
Thank you, ma'am. That was really a fruitful one. Ms. Padma, ma'am, has been a consultant management professional and a resource person in the teacher and school education and training and development sector for over 3 decades, with experience ranging from project management, course content development, mentoring and training resource persons, interns, writing and editing publications in the areas of vocational education, experiential learning, Swachhta, rural management, and community engagement. She is also a certified technology in education trainer and a life skills trainer. We are really fortunate to hear from Padma ma'am today. Thank you, ma'am. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able. It is a mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. Now, I call upon Dr. J. Shanmugananda Vadivel sir, Dean Student Affairs, Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, to deliver the valedictory address.
Thank you, madam. Most respected Principal of Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, respected Deans, Directors, heads of various departments, faculties of Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, respected Dr. Padmanathan, convener of this faculty development program, coordinators Dr. Nandini, Ms. Valarmadi, Ms. Anita, Mr. Deepak Kumar. Resource person of today, Madam Dhatma from Mahatma Gandhi Institute, Hyderabad. Learned participants of different countries of the faculty development program. Good morning in India. Greetings of the day. I'm happy to be a part of this 5 days International Faculty Development Program on experimental teaching, corporate cognizance, organized by Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, Department of Commerce, Business Process Services, in association with Tata Consultancy Services. Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore, is one of the reputed academic institution functioning in India.
என்னோட ஃபேஸ் தெரியுது.
Functioning in India under the proactive leadership of Dr. B.L. Shivakumar, Principal and Secretary of this college, which is offering different UG programs, PG programs, and research programs in different disciplines like arts, science, commerce, management, and computer education. Similarly, it is well known that the Tata Consultancy Services is an organization which always supporting the academic institutions for the training and development of young minds. For more than 20 years, it has functioning with a separate division to bridge the gap between colleges, universities in curriculum development along with industries. This time that TCS has come forward to associate with our college to train the faculties of academic institutions globally. So it is appreciable. On behalf of Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, I extremely express my sincere gratitude to the authorities of TCS, especially to Mr. Stephen Dinagaran, Program Leader, Academic Interface, Tata Consultancy Services, Chennai. I am really surprised to know that there are around 700 to 800 participants from different countries engaged this various sessions in the last 5 days of the faculty development program. I appreciate the good efforts of all participants who have really engaged in this 5 days program. Participants, as it is mentioned in the theme of the faculty development program brochure, the education policies of different countries, not only in India, in different countries are changing. New education policy has been framed in different countries. There is a massive change in the technological development in the last 2 decades. Parents and students are expecting huge from the academic institutions. Likewise, that industry required to change itself in its productivity, products, and production methods, so that the requirements of manpower and their skill is also required to be upgraded in the higher education level. So assuming this actual need of this environment, that training and development is immensely required towards the trainers known as faculties of that higher education institutions called university teachers or college teachers. Here, this faculty development program, nowadays online learning is rapidly becoming one of the most cost-effective mode for educating that massive workforce. So based on that assumption, the college organizers designed such a wonderful virtual platform for equipping that faculties from day one. The first day of this session was handled by Mr. Ravi Verman, senior lecturer of Health University, Malaysia, on flipped classroom session. It has widely elaborated the different methods and strategies to be adopted in the flipped classroom environment. Likewise, in the second day, Mr. Suraj Consultants, design consultant of the TCS Chennai, has explained well the instructional design and delivery system for today's learners. In the third day, Madam Kirbashni Prasad, Director FinTech Uber Technologies UAE, explained on campus to corporate title. Last day, session was handled by Ms. Rose Ovia Ramasamy, software consultants, New York USA, on the topic of challenges and opportunities in overseas. Similarly, today you have lively enjoyed that experiential learning by Madam J. Batma, Senior Academic Consultant, Mahatma Gandhi National Council for Rural Education, Hyderabad. So in this juncture, I thank all the eminent speakers and resource persons of different sessions for their committed job for equipping that academic community. I hope that
I think he has network issues. Okay. JSV sir? Sir, your voice is not audible, sir.
Anyway,
are you online?
Never stop learning. When you stop learning, you stop growing. It is said by Jack Lerman. Please put in mind, an investment in knowledge always pays you best return to you. Thank you all. Thank you organizers for this opportunity to share some of the views in this regard. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It was really an overwhelming one. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. With the saying of Marcus Thalasus Cesario, now I call upon Dr. V. Padmanabhan sir, Head Department of Commerce, Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore, for presenting the rapporteur report and vote of thanks.
So very good afternoon to one and all present here in this online platform. Indeed, I am very happy to present the report for the 5 days faculty development program on experimental teaching corporate cognizance. So it's my great honor in proposing the report presentation to all of you. The faculty development program was organized from 9th August till 13th August today at the Department of BCom BPS, Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore. So on the topic experimental teaching, corporate cognizance. This was a 5-day faculty development program wherein various related subtopics were discussed in detail by eminent educationalists and industrialists, and a very beneficial academic environment was experienced by the participants, I believe. On behalf of Department of BCom BPS, Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, and on my own behalf, I am proud in delivering that we have received a marvelous response from 1,050 participants all over the globe. So from South India, 700 plus participants, from North India, 200 plus participants, from Philippines, 10 plus faculties, and from Malaysia, 10 plus faculties, from Afghanistan, 2 faculties, and from Bangladesh, 2 faculties, from Africa, 5 faculties, from Muscat, 1 faculty, and also we have a faculty from Cambodia. The program was inaugurated on 9th August 2021 with the prayer song followed by lightning ceremony. The dignitaries and participants were welcomed by myself, Dr. V. Padmanabhan, Head Department of BCom with Business Process Services, integrated with TCS, Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu. Our beloved Principal and Secretary, Dr. B. L. Shivakumar, Sir, Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science have delivered the presidential address. The first technical session was on the topic flipped classroom, and the guest speaker was Mr. Professor Ravi Varman K. Kaniyappan, Senior Lecturer of Help University, Malaysia. The speaker has delivered the in and outs of flipped classroom very effectively. The lecture was very beneficial and provided an insight on the various challenges associated which a teacher, educator has to overcome. On second day, 10th of 2020, technical sessions were organized on the topic Instructional Design and Delivery System for today's learners. The guest speaker was Mr. Craig, Design Consultant, Leadership Development, Tata Consultancy Services, Chennai. There were exchange of ideas on the issues concerning the educational competencies. On the third day, 11th August 2021, technical session was addressed by Ms. Kribashni Prasad, Director, FinTech, Uber Technologies, Middle East Region, UAE. So on the topic, Campus to Corporate. Ms. Kribashni Prasad enlightened the participants about life skills required to be a competent teacher to mold the students. So the fourth day session, 12th August 2021, was held by Ms. Rose Ovia Ramasamy, Lead Software Engineer, CenOV Software Consultants, New York, United States of America, on the topic Corporate Sector Challenges and Opportunities in Overseas. So the speaker discussed on the changes in the new curriculum, the various competencies that need to be developed, and the preparation required from the side of the teacher, educators were discussed. So day 5, 13th August 2021, was held by Ms. J. Padma, Senior Academic Consultants, Mahatma Gandhi National Council for Rural Education, Hyderabad, on experience learning. Her experience really helped the teaching community to think beyond. This led to the end of the series of FDP in the 5 days program. A concluding session followed in which participants shared their experiences and feedback. Education is the most powerful weapon which can use to change the world. I deem it a great honor and privilege to post the vote of thank memorable occasion. Let me first of all thank God Almighty for making this 5th international level faculty development program in association with Tata Consultancy Service
for a resounding success. Things turn out for people who get the best out of a day. With this note, first and foremost, I owe my special thanks to our chief guest, Ms. J. Padma, Senior Academic Consultant, Mahatma Gandhi, National Council for Rural Education, Hyderabad, who despite her busy schedule has found time to grace this occasion. Thank you for enlightening us by your words, ma'am. My sincere thanks to all the resource persons who have shared their insights about experimental teaching corporate cognizance for the past 4 days. Your belief don't make you a better person. Your belief don't make you a better person, your behavior does. I would be grateful to one such person, Dr. B.L. Shivakumar sir, Principal and Secretary, Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science, for his words of encouragement. His able guidance has always encouraged us. I thank our well-wisher, Dr. S. Deena ma'am, Vice Principal, for her wonderful support, vision, and commitment for the success of this program. I extend my cheerful thanks to Dr. J. Shanmuhanadavadivel sir, Dean Student Affairs, Dr. Henna Revadi ma'am, Dean Academics, Dr. Anna Soro Vijayendra ma'am, Dean Research and Development for their of Sri Ramakrishna College of Arts and Science for their unstained support for this 5 days faculty development program in association with Tata Consultancy Services. My hearty thanks to my faculty team, Dr. M. Nandini, Associate Professor, Ms. Anita K.M., Assistant Professor, Ms. P. Balarmadi, Assistant Professor, Mr. Deepak Kumar, Assistant Professor, who knows their work is output oriented. I would like to thank the heads of various departments and faculty members of my own prestigious institution for their support. I further extend my thanks and appreciation to the MOC team, Lini Snafia, Uma Mageshwari, Mahila, Karnalingesh, Aryan, Anisha, and Ilakumi. So I extend my heartfelt thanks to the team of students, Manikandan, Tesh, Nandakumar, Veerasvarshan, and entire students of Become BPS. My deep sense of appreciation and thanks to all the participants who choose to be live with us and attended this FDP with great enthusiasm. Once again, I thank each for making this event a grand success. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you, sir, for your words of gratitude and for briefing us about the program details. Many feelings may come and go, but that feeling when we hear a national anthem raises our goosebumps and is really magical. Now, I request the technical team for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you, technical team. And once again, I thank all the dignitaries and participants for spending your valuable time with us and making the event a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you
so
all
much.
and have a great day ahead.
Thank you so much to the entire organizing committee and Valadmati ma'am, Padmanabhan sir. Thank you. I'll take leave. Thank you, participants. I hope the session was well. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you.
Jai Hind.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.